to and your coach leaving?
Is Ole Miss going to make the playoff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly not an ideal situation, but does the rest of the staff stay, or do they go too?
I think you let the OC loose to go be a play caller.
Yeah, certainly not an ideal situation for a playoff run, that's for sure.
There's been multiple reports out about what exactly is in your shoe that's helping you through this injury, whether it be a metal plate. I think there's been something else. What is in your shoe and that's helping you with your toe exactly?
Carbon fiber plate and custom orthotic.
How does that help your toe?
Well, it just can't. The shoe can't bend because my toe can't go backwards right now. Still a little early for that, so just keeps it firm and not bending it back.
Is it comfortable?
No.
Are you wearing different cleats now than you were before?
Before the injury? Yeah. These are the ones that I feel like give me enough space and stability to do what I need to do.
Do you walk around in different shoes, just like at home?
At home I'm just barefoot, but I try to be in the cleats as little as possible.
How did you settle on the sneakers being like the swapping out and kind of how did you figure out that was a good solution for you on the sideline?
Well, I take it off throughout practice every now and then just to let it breathe and let it relax a little bit, and these are what I put on, so figured I'd just keep it the same.
The weather, obviously it was cold in Baltimore, but it's supposed to be like really cold in Buffalo. Does that impact the shoe and what's in it and your toe at all, or not really?
No, it shouldn't.
How difficult was it to get used to the insert?
It was certainly a process to figure out what worked best for me and what was most comfortable and at the same time safe. But we worked through that, and a lot of different people were involved, and we got the right stuff in there.
How long will you be wearing it? Do you have any idea?
For sure the rest of this year, and probably going forward, but we'll see.
When you look at the tape, how does it affect your mechanics? How you feel?
I don't think that the injury affects my mechanics at all.
What'd you think of when you watched the tape and how you threw? What'd you think after being out for 70 days?
Yeah, I thought I did some good things. I think second half I was pretty lights out. Really last half of the first half too. The first couple drives, missed some that I normally hit. But when your line protects like that, you get back into the groove pretty quickly.
On the day of surgery, if I had told you you'd be back 2 games out with 5 to go, would you have signed up for that scenario?
Yeah, of course. We got everything in front of us. We just got to go take care of business.
Your touchdown throw to Andre. What do you love kind of about the pre-snap puzzle that you went through before the snap there? You got everything set and then it all worked out.
Yeah, it was a big time pickup up front. That's they provide some challenging looks as a defense, protection wise. And that's probably the most challenging look that they present. And O-line knocked it out. Drew was part of that. Samaje was part of that. And then great read by Dre, taking the middle, not just taking the middle, but noticing that they didn't have a backside safety and able to bend it a little bit to the space. So that was an all-around great play.
As you see it all move around, at what point do you know Andre's getting the ball down the field?
Once I saw Roquan getting out of there in the field safety push into the field, I knew where I was going as long as we were both on the same page.
When you look back at last year, why were you all so able to win when your backs were against the wall, knowing you had to? What enabled y'all to string that success together?
Same way you win any game, just discipline, winning the turnover battle, playing smart, playing physical, and going about your business each and every day, trying to get better. There's no secret formula. You just got to go through the process week to week and attack the plan with intensity and understand it to a point that you can go out and execute it in front of the world, and that's what we plan to do.
You haven't played them a lot, but you've had success against this Bills defense when you face them. What has stood out or what has worked for you guys?
They're well coached. They make it difficult. They give you a lot of different looks in the secondary. They try to make everything look the same. And they got good players that typically have been there for a while. Most of their guys have been in that scheme for several years now and understand the weaknesses and the strengths of it. We've had success against them in the past. We haven't played them in several years. Every game is new, so look forward to going and improving it.
What do you remember about the feeling of playing there in the snow, in the playoffs a few years ago?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games since I've been here, but like I said, that's in the past. We haven't done anything in a long time against these guys, and we got to go improve it every single week.
What's the relationship like with Joe Brady these days?
Yeah, Joe and I go way back. I guess it's way back at this point. Just like any time as time goes, you talk less and less, but we could see each other any time and sit and chop it up for however long we wanted to. He was great for my career. We did some fun things together, and we got a great relationship. So I look forward to seeing and talking to him for sure.
What's the biggest thing you gained by being with him, especially that last year at LSU? What's the biggest thing that you look back and you made the biggest impact on you?
Bringing all the NFL concepts to what we were doing at LSU, and fortunately, that's my strength, is being able to read and react and get the ball out quickly and finding the right guys, and that's what that offense was about. That's what this offense is about. That's what a lot of offenses are about in this league, and we did some special things together and worked through a lot of problems. We solved a lot of problems, and that's what great players and coaches do. So that was a special time.
After your wrist surgery, you were pretty open about how, it didn't always feel awesome and it was just something that you were learning how to manage. How did your toe feel on Friday, and is it similar to that where it doesn't feel great but you're still able to play through it? Like, what's the difference?
Oh, toe feels great. Like I said, everything we have in the shoe keeps it stable and safe, and that provides me confidence to go and play the way that I need to.
How much do you pay attention to playoff scenarios? What needs to happen for you guys to get in at this point?
Yeah, we pay attention. I think everybody does, but you can pay attention to it and at the same time not let it affect anything about your business and about your day-to-day. None of that matters if we don't go and win.
You talked a lot about Peyton Manning and y'all's relationship over the years. Why has that been a relationship that's meant a lot to you, and kind of what's that kind of been like as y'all have gotten older?
Well, number one, he is one of the best of all time and has a lot of insight to provide, and he's a great guy that wants to give back to the game, to the younger guys, help us out. And when you have a guy that played for so long at such a high level that wants to see young players thrive and get better and be great, that's good for the game, and shame on me if I don't take advantage of that.
Is that something you hope to do down the line, like whenever you're done, is to kind of pass that on or pay it forward?
Yeah, of course.
It's about as emotional as I've seen you after a game. It seemed like this particular comeback seemed to kind of strike a chord with you. You seemed to almost savor it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like kind of an older war, or reflective.
Yeah, I just think, I've been through a lot of these and, haven't had the chance to come back in the middle of a season like this from any of the other ones that I've had. And so this one has been special to me. I worked really hard to come back and try to give myself an opportunity to get out there. Not just me, a lot of people worked hard for it. And to be able to have a moment like that in front of the world on Thanksgiving, that was special.
I think it's just a matter of maybe getting older too, and just stuff is starting to I mean, you're not old, but.
Yeah, the more things you go through, especially when it's, the same thing over and over again, and you continue to overcome it, and I'm gonna continue to do great things and play well. At least that's the plan. These will be in the rearview mirror at some point, but right now it's pretty fresh, and this is something I'm proud of.
How long did it take you to go from, can't believe this happened, to, all right, I'm going to be back this year, then all systems go? Like how long did that take, basically?
It's always a process. I'm not sure I could pinpoint an exact time. Once you get a couple weeks out and you start to get back into lifting and training, and the rehab starts to progress and you're doing more functional movement, then your mindset starts to switch a little bit.
We've talked a lot, Joe, today about what makes you so special, hitting your offensive line in the right protections, how much you work at that, and why that makes you the quarterback you are. When did you first start really spending a lot of time, doing a lot of homework on the right protections for each game?
The first time it was really introduced to me at the level that you can start to critically think about it was when Ryan Day got to Ohio State and he was my quarterback coach. We started to talk about a lot of things that from an NFL type perspective. It just kind of made sense to me, and it kind of always has from that point on. Just kind of makes sense, seeing defenses and seeing body language is something that I'm pretty good at, especially later in the game after you see a couple things a couple times. That's one of the reasons that I feel like I'm so good, is because I can see it, I can feel it, and I can react to it quickly. It just kind of always made sense.
Is it intuition, preparation, combination of both?
Yeah, it's a combination of both. Our coaches come together and give us the answers to the test. It's not like I'm coming up with the calls myself. We meet every Thursday and they show us all the different looks and what calls you want to get into against certain looks, and then you go from there.
What's different about the offensive line this year, or why are they playing at the level that they're playing at right now?
Reps, guys are older. We haven't had too many injuries this year. When you have a group that's together for 11 weeks at this point, then they're going to gel and continue to get better. We have guys that want to get better, that love playing, and have really taken a step and taken ownership of what they're doing.
You talk about your ability to read a defense, to read body language and things like that. Is there anything about you specifically in your mind that makes you good at that?
No, I can just see it and feel it and react to it. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
So do you have a photographic memory?
I wouldn't say that. I remember things pretty decent. Certainly not photographic like some people talk about.
Were you a good test taker in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could take the test and not really worry too much beforehand.
It's math, right? I mean, what you're doing out there with Texas and stuff, it's like math, geometry.
It's more pattern recognition and problem solving.
Is being a
Sure.
good test is being a good test taker, is that a similar concept to what you're talking about?
It certainly applies a little bit to football. I think, Sunday is the test. A lot of people studied and knew all the answers, and then when the test came, they would forget it. Same thing with football players. A lot of guys can be in the classroom and tell you exactly where they're supposed to go with the ball, against a certain look, and then get out there on game day and can't read it, can't react to it. There's a lot that goes into it.
Joe, the last time y'all were in Buffalo, it was a playoff game. Y'all were at the top of the AFC. How much, given everything that's transpired in the last couple of years, is there an eagerness among you and the guys to get back to that point where these games, you're playing in those kind of games again, up there, wherever, to be that kind of team again?
Yeah, that's why you play the game. That's why you work so hard to put yourself in those positions and to play big time games against great players, great teams in front of the world. That's why we do this.
Did you watch Allen at all on tape?
Yeah, of course.
What stands out about him? What do you like about his game?
Yeah, you can just tell how much he's improved year to year. Everybody obviously sees the athletic ability, size, and speed and everything. But just the improvement year to year, throwing the football and putting it where he wants to has been impressive.